Hello. I'm going to talk about how Gorilla Glue Man, that's what I'm calling him, and the Gorilla Glue Woman, how what happened to them relates to the martial arts.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying?
And while they were here, they always wore masks to avoid being known.
Okay, so before I get to the good stuff, let me say this. I have been criticized on this channel because some people say this is supposed to be a martial arts channel, and where's the stuff about the martial arts? It's just you giving your opinion on things. Well, first of all, when I make technical videos that are extremely directly related to the martial arts, when I'm explaining stuff, stuff to my students and whatnot, a lot of y'all just don't watch those anyway. You don't watch them. People have watched when I've done live classes, but you don't watch the technical explanations of stuff. I mean, I put stuff out there that is like would have saved me a lot of time when I was coming up through the ranks, and you just don't watch them. So that's one reason why they're not there. And I will continue to do things like that for my students because it helps them out. And another thing is, we're supposed to be applying the martial arts to our lives. So unless we are professional fighters, which I'm not, and most of the people watching this are not, then you don't really need professional fight tips from me. You may want your fantasy about, if I do this and do that and I take these courses, I want to become a professional fighter. Unless you are on the professional fighter journey and you are training that way, you have that type of fortitude and you're disciplining your body with nutrition and exercise, you're probably not going to become a professional fighter. That's be like becoming a professional athlete. I can't show you how to do that because that's something I've never done. Now, with that being said, how do you think Gorilla Glue Man and Gorilla Glue Woman relate to the martial arts? We're going to talk about two things. People criticize in martial art because they're misusing it. And people doubt a martial art because they think it's some trash. The specific art I'm mainly talking about is Taekwondo, but you can branch this out to include any traditional style. So let's talk about Gorilla Glue Woman.
A woman planning now to sue Gorilla Glue after she decided to use it to replace her usual hairspray. Gorilla Glue's suggestion on how to solve her hair dilemma involved rubbing alcohol, which then landed the 40-year-old in the ER. Fox 46 chief legal correspondent Seema Iyer is here to tell us about this lawsuit, how it came to be, where we think it, well, I shouldn't even say lawsuit yet, right?
She misused a product. She misused the product and then in turn wants to say that the product harmed her or wants to say that the product is bad, that type of thing.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not a choice. No, it's not a choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Got to Be glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this Gorilla Glue spray. Bad, bad, bad idea. Y'all, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair.
When you don't use things as they are intended to be used because you don't really understand how they're used, then you really shouldn't get mad at that thing because it didn't work for you. That was you. That was your choice. That was how you chose to use the thing. The same thing applies to Taekwondo. People want to take Taekwondo, right, and get mad if they don't win a boxing match with Taekwondo. Or get mad if they don't win a wrestling match with Taekwondo. And Taekwondo is known for punching and kicking. And some styles of Taekwondo are known for kicking. How can you get mad when you're not able to punch with Taekwondo? How? How can you get mad? I mean, I'll even go as far to say, if you're just strictly doing what most of us think of as Taekwondo, how would you even be upset if you don't win an MMA match? It's not the same sport. It's not the same sport. Now, if you're taking Taekwondo and you're never winning any Taekwondo competitions and you want to win Taekwondo competitions, that is different. You could have a bad teacher. It could be a bad school for you, or you may not really be that good of a competitor. Now, the only thing I will give you is if you're taking any martial art or combat sport and you just can't defend yourself. Even that is subjective, but I'll give you a point for that because a lot of the reason why a lot of people take a martial art or combat sport like it or not, is because they want to be combat effective. They want to be able to defend themselves. But then again, what you have to keep in mind is this. You may be fighting somebody that also knows how to fight too. Just because they didn't stand in public in things that look like pajamas, that doesn't mean they don't know how to fight. It doesn't mean they don't have any training to fight. As a matter of fact, even if you ask them and they say, I never took a martial art, I never took no classes, don't believe that. Because I used to think that too. Some of us have had informal training that is to the equivalent of a class. I know I was one of those people. Or they may have taken some stuff when they were too young to remember it, so they still have those fundamentals in their subconscious. I know because I was one of those people. So don't believe that. Hey man, some people can fight better than you. But I will promise you this. You will fight better than you did if you hadn't taken anything. And that's something I've seen with people that I've taught and I've seen in myself. Now the second thing is how Gorilla Glue Man, how he relates to martial arts. When I see Gorilla Glue Man's video, he sounds just like people who want to say Taekwondo is trash. This is some trash. Look, I'm going to prove it.
I'm gonna show y'all something. I got some Gorilla Glue right here. Super glue, real. Watch out. I'm gonna take it, put it on this cup, put it in my mouth. Then I'm gonna be licking and get it off. It's easy. Gorilla Glue garbage. Jelly it now. I feel like we need to clear the air because you don't want something crazy happening. Put it on here. Farewell thing. You know what? I think. Hey. How are you? Then I'll put it on my mouth.
And then he does something crazy like, putting the Gorilla Glue on the cup and then sticking it to his mouth. A lot of times when people are hating on Taekwondo, they're hating on something they don't understand. When they hate on traditional arts, they're hating on something they don't understand. And they're trying to say it's some trash because they're about to misuse it for something that it's not supposed to be used for. I know a lot of people have said, and there are all kinds of stories about this such and such practitioner, this legend, this person used to get into real fights and pick fights with people, and that's how they proved out their techniques. But that's not really what traditional martial arts are ultimately for. They are for self-defense and for protection. Going around picking fights with people, that's not self-defense. That's not protection. That's not what the traditional arts are for. It's for if someone is trying to do something to you, if you're supposed to protect someone else that needs help, that's what it's for. And, dare I say, please don't be upset sometimes if your unarmed methods don't defeat somebody who's armed, because you got to remember, that's also what weapons are for. Yes, there are disarms, and yes, there are defenses that you can use against a weapon, but remember, people invented weapons so they could overcome someone that they could not beat without it. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people like to talk about the martial arts in peace. And as always, thank you for your time. And I hope those two Gorilla Glue individuals heal.